Well, for the first time in U.S. history, the Speaker of the House has been ousted. Kevin McCarthy is done. Now the question is, what the heck's the plan here? I don't know. Let's see if our good friend Harris Faulkner at Fox News has any idea what is going on. Hello, Harris. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad to talk to you. It's such a great day, a glorious Wednesday. And the country is perched. We're waiting to see what Republicans will do with the car that the dog just caught. And yes, we are witnessing history. But, there's some benefits to this for the left. And the important thing that Republicans have to pay attention to now is that they don't sit out for too long and keep that House closed for too long and give Democrats to do something that I had in my email box within seconds.
What was that?
And I get everybody's fundraising notices. Some of them I have to stop because they send them so often. But Hakeem Jeffries doesn't send very many. And he sent one last night. And they want 5 seats. They know that the Republicans, at least their perception now, are divided and will fight each other before they fight Democrats. And you know what? That's a message that goes all the way to the top. So these presidential candidates now have an extra weight on their shoulders to show that they can beat not each other, but Joe Biden. It is on against the left. It was tipped into high gear yesterday by the 8 Republicans, and they each have their own issues, and they each have the right to do what they feel is right according to those issues. But now that the country is in this place with them, without a Speaker of the House, let's see what they do with it. And, the first reflexive thing came off a little petty. Why kick Nancy Pelosi, who's attending the memorial and funeral services this week for Dianne Feinstein, 90-year-old, longest-term, woman in the Senate in our history, attending those services in California? Look, you can have your political differences, but if that's one of the first things that your interim Speaker of the House, Patrick McHenry, it's not really how do I put this, forward-looking reach. Mm-hmm. It looks petty, and now it needs to be explained. You can kick that woman out when she comes back from the funeral. Go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Politics are a blood sport. But the way you play the game cannot look like the way that the far left Bowman played it the other day when he pulled a fire alarm and then lied 50 times about why it happened. Mm-hmm. Like, the Republicans cannot afford for that to look that way. So I am really excited today to have on Representative Biggs.
Oh, and he's going to come on.
If you look at that list of 8, he's an important voice, and I cannot wait to have him 11 o'clock on the Faulkner Focus. I interview these people all the time, Nancy Mace, all the time. And I want to know, Buck, I want to know from all of them what's next, and can you get back in the game before a week? Mm-hmm. Because I appreciate the fact that they need to tuck away and kind of hear what the constituents are saying. You got to go home to do some of that stuff. But to pull the House into we're not going to work, we're just going to go do this thing, looks a lot like what John McCain did when he put everything on hold to go fight the economy, and Obama beat him. Because you can't take time off and keep everybody just in place while you go figure out your talking points on a certain issue. Now, do I believe that came from a good place? Do I believe that all of this came from a good place yesterday? 100%. There are things that need fixing, and everybody's got their point of view. Right now, how it looks is almost as important as what it is, because you got to sell it now to the American people who are having a hard time paying their bills and watching what was a show yesterday. They just don't know what part of the show they're watching. Is that the beginning? Is that the end? Is that the good news? Is that the more good news to come? Look, lay it out there for us. The other thing that's going on, and I mentioned those presidential candidates, the left now is really starting to push against some of these candidates because they aren't going away. They're all hovering between about 4% and with Trump, 60. But as they look at this, they start to poke. And yesterday, Tim Scott got a big poke, a racist one. And guess who pulled that? Bowman, the guy who pulled a fire alarm. The things that man said should never come out of anybody's mouth. But they did. And he wants to deflect. It's important for Republicans to answer back. I have Senator Tim Scott, GOP representative, presidential candidate on my show today, too. I want to hear what the answer back that he thinks should be, and should it start on the Hill today? Like, you can't just not do business. Republicans need to be on the Hill pressing back on the guy who pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah.
They need to be on the Hill. There's an impeachment inquiry going on. I mean, everybody got a pass. The president got a pass. Hunter Biden got it. Everybody's getting a pass. You can't sit. Now, with change that you brought, it is time to stand. I'm done.
Harris Faulkner on
I
Fox
thought about
News.
it all night. I feel so blessed. I get to talk to my friend Pete Mundo. I didn't even say anything to my kids or my husband, obviously, because we were getting them out the door on school buses and wouldn't talk about this with them anyway. But I thought, I'm going to see a way out of what everybody says is so negative. And hey, let's not forget the 800-pound gorilla in the room. You don't have to be a member of the House or Congress to be the speaker.
Yes.
And who do you think? What name are we hearing today?
Yeah, Trump.
Donald Trump.
It kind of said. I feel
we're
like
we're going to get into that on the show too. I'm telling you, your show first, then mine.
I just feel like people who are yelling Trump Speaker of the House, it's kind of like the guys that yell Freebird at concerts. Like they're not like
You think?
I don't know. I mean, hey, listen, I'm going to let the experts on Fox News coming up on the Faulkner Focus at 11 o'clock Eastern figure that out. But I don't know. I got to see it to believe it. What I want to know, since you have hit on obviously the top story of the day here the last few minutes, but I've been dying to know, Harris Faulkner, whether or not you are a Swiftie and you have you are all in on Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and you've got to be jealous that Taylor's out here at Arrowhead 2 weeks ago and you're not. But I know you're dying to be here for a game.
Well, first of all, I don't have to go to Arrowhead to see a game because one just happened 15 minutes from my house.
That's true.
But you know what? Love is love. And if love is what they have, I would say a couple things about being together in that type of spotlight. And it's only from, a voyeur's view, which we all have. But that's a tough spot to be in for both of them. They will be distracted. She less than he. So the Chiefs season now, somewhat impacted. Maybe not too much, but there is a modicum of distraction now. And that's what I care about. I want everybody to find love in their lives. It's not easy. And I hope that both of them being 33 years old, that they see the benefit and the seriousness of being together. And that it isn't just, oh, yeah, this person, we saw each other and we dated for a minute or whatever. It's special to meet somebody that you really connect with. I don't feel like we really know what this is yet, because it's really none of our business. They're marketing it to be our business, but I don't want to be all inside that relationship, because if it happens, it won't be easy. They both are all over the place. And if it doesn't, it won't be statistically rare. It'll be the norm. And they deserve to be in their space. But they're making their space our space as Chiefs fans now. And just 15 minutes ago, the girl from Philly, I don't think she's from Philly, actually, but she's from Pennsylvania, was rooting for the Eagles and her Eagles gear. And then all of a sudden, she's rooting for the Chiefs and her Chiefs gear. Cut it real. Be who you are and let the chips fall where they may. That's where I am on it. And if it means more people watch the game, just overall in the NFL, I think that's fabulous. Of course, we as Chiefs fans know our team is special. So she's kind of jumping on a bandwagon that she's going to have to run to catch up to, because we're devoted.
Mm-hmm. That is very well said. Sage advice.
What do you think about it? I want to know because you're at home. You're in the city. I'm not there. What do you think about it?
Well, I think it's great for PR purposes for Travis. I mean, he's got 1 million extra Instagram followers out of it. But I have serious concerns, if we get to a Super Bowl rematch of the Eagles and the Chiefs, and Taylor's involved. I don't know. Listen, her track record is breaking hearts, and I don't want my tight end's heart broken here.
Oh, I get it. I didn't even think of that. So what you're saying is on the love quotient, you're thinking, would she break up with him right before a key game
right
like
before
that?
A big game,
and I'm thinking, who would she root for? What side of the stadium would she be on? Because she's an Eagles fan.
Well, she'd do like
Google it.
She would do like Travis Kelce's mom did, wear the half and half jersey, maybe something like that.
But she's not Travis Kelce's mom, and
Well.
I know she goes and she sits in the booth and she does all of that. But Jason is important too, and she's an Eagles fan. So I'm just, I don't know. Jalen Hurts looks pretty good right now. The 49ers look like the best team in the NFL. So. It might not even be a thing. We don't know yet.
We don't.
No, we don't. And we also don't know, Travis at 33, it's not like he's got a decade left to play.
No.
So we don't know how great he is going to be on that field. This could propel him. Love does magical things. This could propel him to be even more beyond where he is. He might be able to throw the ball, catch the ball, throw it back, take a call, get back on field. We don't know. Love can propel you. You heard Patrick Mahomes talking about the fact that he was kind of doing his own thing out there, Travis. He was trying to find the target, that moving target that Travis Kelce was, because he was kind of calling his own plays in his head. So he can do it all. And if love is what it takes to take you to that next level, wow. So I'm rooting for Love. I'm hoping that she all of a sudden doesn't realize she's an Eagles fan, and that sincerely, if they're meant to be together, that it will be smooth and sweet.
Well, I'm rooting for Love as well. I like that line, Harris Faulkner, and we'll be rooting for you coming up 10 o'clock Central Time on the Faulkner Focus.
Yes!
Great lineup today, and we always appreciate you hopping on with us here on KCMO.
Thank you so much. And it is time for me to come home and get some barbecue.
Hey, you let us know when, and we'll be here waiting for you.
God bless you.
All
Take
right.
care, my friend.
You as well. Harris Faulkner. Always great to have her on KCMO Talk Radio.